So we're now going to remove the gel polish. This is my safety bit. So right now I'm using a safety bit. While I'm removing the gel polish, I'm also removing anything that may have been lifted, and I'm doing my best to pinch the sides of the skin so that I can get as much of the lifted acrylic off. Right now I'm working on her right hand, and she's always very heavy-handed with her right hand, so it's always a lot of maintenance that we do on it. As you see right there, it's lifted on her free edge, so I'm just removing all the acrylic from that area little by little so I don't mess with the natural nails. You'll notice on occasions that I rub the nail and I'm just allowing it to cool off, because sometimes it does create some type of warmth when there's a lot of friction, especially with the bits. So I just tend to rub it just a little bit to relieve some of that. Sorry, we got distracted on watching a video on TV, and I'm just sitting there just watching TV like I ain't got nothing else to do. As you can see, that I twist and turn my client's fingers to make sure that I'm getting every single piece of lifted acrylic off. I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I just twist and turn them around. So don't be afraid to like ask them if they can move their fingers here, move their fingers there. Some of my clients already know, so I just have to do is do like a hand motion with them, and they already know what position to go to. So you see the free edge looks like it has some type of discoloration. I'm not sure what that is, but to be safer, I'm just going to take off any acrylic that's there just in case something around there is lifted. It looks like it could be herbs, because she does mess around with a lot of herbs, or some seasonings, because she also does cook a lot, especially now. Now I'm going to use the bit that I used to remove any cuticles, and this I'm going to use to do that, and also push back just a little bit the cuticle area. So you can see I'm going in one direction at a time, and then when I'm done all 5 fingers, I go back in the opposite direction. Now I'm just repeating the same steps in the opposite direction. And I like to use this bit just because it allows me to go real in there and push back what I need to. I could still use the sanding bit if I wanted to do this part. I just feel better using in this bit because it doesn't cut them than the sander. And then once I'm done all this, I go back with the sander and I remove any acrylic that was lifted that I didn't get the first time, and then I blend any of the acrylics to the natural nails so that I can apply the refill. So I'm going to show you on both hands because I know this part you guys like to see it. So I'm just going to do again the same 5 fingers, and then I'm going to go back and do the other side. Now I am using a low setting. They can't feel it if you're doing it right. They can't feel it, and just keep it to a low setting. So now I'm just going to the opposite direction, and I'm not focused on anything else but clearing out that area right there. Now I'm using my sanding bit. I did my pinky already and I thought I was recording, so I noticed last minute that I wasn't. My bad. So I'm just going to blend the acrylic to the natural nails. I'm going to do this without messing around too much with the natural nails with what is showing. What I am going to do is remove any of the shine that you see there while I'm blending the acrylic in. And then at the same time, I'm going to remove any of those lifted areas. You can see that they're lifted because they tend to be a white foggy spots right along where the acrylic ends. And I'm just using my sanding bit to smooth that out and remove any excess acrylic. Now I'm just going to quickly refile into shape. She doesn't want to cut down, so I'm just refiling everything into shape again. I'm paying attention to make sure that they're both evens on both sides. And just repeating the steps. The parts that don't have any acrylic on the free edge, I'm just being a little bit careful because I don't want to chip anything off. Even though with her, she tends to always find a way to chip these nails off when I do this part. So you'll end up noticing and seeing. So just be a little bit careful, and I'm using a 180 bit on my file. I feel like the thumb is just a little bit bulky, so I'm just filing a little bit on top of it just to remove anything extra. Better safe than sorry. So I repeated the same steps on the other hand, and right now I'm going to remove any of the dead skin that I see and repeat it on all other fingers. Keep in mind that this video is sped up just a little bit, and I actually am going a little bit at a time. I'm not taking off anything extra. I'm just removing any of those bits of pieces of skin that is lifted, and that's it. Since I know you'll want to see this part the most, I'm going to show you on both hands so that way you can get more visuals on it. Just remember that a little bit at a time, and you want to cut them, not pull them. Well, not cut them, nip them, and not pull. Hope this helped.